My cuticles are doing okay today, but on a daily basis, I have a bit of an issue with them. They crack and peel, and also I have hangnails that are really persistent. Have you ever had a little bit of a swelling or a painful infection on the side of your nail because of removing a hangnail? I mean, I've had that happen several times, and it just hurts. It hurts for like a day or two. It's so annoying, and I have different ways that I've learned over the years to try and help prevent this. I still get them. I have reasons why I think I still get them. Obviously, I have some issues with my nails. I've done a video on my nail ridging. I have vertical ridging down my nail, and I also work really hard to strengthen my nails so I can grow them really long, keeping them moisturized and keeping healthy and stopping myself from fidgeting with any like little bit on the side of my nail or in my actual cuticle is so key to helping me keep my nails really, really healthy. So I have a few of my tips for what I've been doing to change some of my habits, and I also have some healthy tips as well on how to help your nail bed and also the cuticle and the nail area outside of the cuticle to stay a bit more healthy and hopefully less likely to have this issue happen, and ways to prevent making it worse. So this finger right here got a nice rip in it, and it's been a few days, and how I deal with it if there's a new tear and anything that is showing red, honestly, if it's like an open wound, is I immediately put some type of salve on that part of my skin, and I dedicate one lip balm to this, and I love the ones that are anything with an essential oil and has like a really smooth base to it, not a rough, stiff lip balm. So I like the ones that have some type of smoothness to them. This one has like shea butter and cocoa in it, and there's several of these at Whole Foods. I love them, and they're often on sale. Any type of Vaseline product that has a smooth base to it, this one is really great at just applying to the parts of your nails really easily. And I just dedicate one to the nails, and I keep any type of actual lip balms for my lips just separate. So those two items are really optimal to helping with this issue, and they're quite simple and low cost, and you can carry them everywhere in your bag. I just have a little kit that I travel with. Just add this really quickly. You can have it in your pocket or anything, and anytime you have a rip or tear in your skin, just add that to the outside of the skin. So I'm going to put those aside for the moment because this area is now healed, and one of the key things that I find, if I make sure that it's not rough, that is like a big problem for me. If I feel any roughness, I'll keep touching it, and you probably have the same problem. And what happens if you keep touching it? It keeps getting worse, it keeps peeling and just really aggravating the skin. I have this problem with my thumbs the most, and especially if you have a cracked part of your skin where the cuticle is and you peel it and keep touching it, it'll just split. It gets worse. Instead of doing a cuticle remover, I find these don't work that well for me. I love the concept. You can just peel off your cuticle, but it tends to get caught on a part and actually splits my cuticle, which I'm trying to avoid in the first place. So I'm going to put that aside, and I find that these cuticle sticks that are metal are so strong that they actually kind of injure the nail bed a little bit. I know if you are really good at working with them, then it probably works really well for you, but I'm not going to use that. What I am going to use is my simple wooden stick. I get this large wooden stick from Sally Beauty. It fits like perfectly, so I make sure I have that. And you can also have another type of cuticle stick that is basically like sandpaper. These are also at Sally's. Is something so great that you can actually just file down the skin that is dry. So if your skin has a rip in it that's kind of, it's not healed, don't do this. If it's healed and it's dried out, then you can use this to actually file the corner of your cuticle and where the hangnails really start. So I find that this is super beneficial to keep that area smooth. If it's smoothed down, I'm less likely to touch it and make it peel and make it worse. And I just do that until I feel like it's a little bit smoother. And one of my other favorite tools are the fine and extra fine files. I also get these from Sally's. They're just really low cost and you can clean them. They're washable. The extra fine side is really fine and the fine side is perfect for this. I waited for a few days until it healed, and now that it's dried out, I'm going to file that down. going to file this cut right here. That's an example of one that I wouldn't be doing this with. That's one that I'm just going to keep applying the salve to until it heals. And if it has any bits to it that are rough, that's when I'll file it down. I wanted to note that one of the things you can do if you have a hangnail that's really bad and it's sitting there, just cut it. Don't pull it out of your nail. I know it's like really feels like a great idea, but just cut it. And I feel like everything is smooth. This is the key. So I'm not fidgeting with it and pulling it, or it's not snagging on my clothes, potentially leading to it ripping more and causing infection. So just to note, I have nail ridges. You probably see that, but I like to grow my nails really long and they're just not polished right now. And that's one of the other tips I'm going to mention to stop yourself from making your nails worse and keep them kind of nice and polished. One of the polishes I love is this Tough Coat. I get this also at Sally's. This isn't sponsored by Sally's. I wish this video was, but I find that they have a lot of really good products for nails and very good prices. And also the Growth Sport is really great because it promotes stronger, longer, natural nails. Since the nails are now smooth, I'm just going to do my routine of adding this product to the nail area and outside of the cuticle area, all around. And we're going to just moisturize with as much as I can and also repeat throughout the day. Once you have something on your nails, on your cuticles, you're less likely to touch it. And then just add your moisturizer. I love this OPI ones. They are my favorite. They go right into your skin like a gel. And throughout the day, I don't like heavy creams on my hands. And this really helps a lot, get that on top of the nail. The other one I really recommend is this one from Biossance because it has omegas in it and squalane, and those are going to help with this issue. It's nice and thick, so I like to use this when I know I'm not going to have to wash it off immediately. The Biossance is one of my favorites for nighttime, and I include it in my hand routine for night, and it's a perfect time to help heal any cuticle and hangnail issue that you have, to make sure you have that like nightly hand care routine. So what I tend to do is add an oil. I got this one, it's called Cuticle Vitalizing Oil. I got this on Amazon. I also really love these salves that you can find them at Sephora, at the drugstore. I also found them at Anthropologie. They're pretty low cost. They last a long time. This one is the C.O. Bigelow Rose Salve and the Smith's Rose and Mandarin Salve. Just putting this on the parts of your nails that tend to have nail issues with peeling or cracked cuticles. I also really like a lot of the cuticle care products that are out there. This one from Poche, it has a tip to it that is perfect for applying it directly onto your cuticles. After I add any type of treatment that is specifically to the cuticle and the nail bed, I like to add the moisturizer. Biossance is my favorite right now. It is so great at helping to heal your hands. It has that omega in it and the squalane, and it also sinks in pretty well so it doesn't get all over your sheets and your blankets when you're going to bed. So I showed you the external items to help with the nail issue, but also the internal. One of them is hydration. It's simple water. I refill this flask several times a day, but also coconut water. It's like an ultra hydrating, and this really helps if you like something flavored and you just really find yourself dehydrated. I recommend grabbing some coconut water. You can drink both throughout the day, but anything to try and combat, especially if you're drinking a lot of coffee or black teas and there's caffeine, make sure you're also getting just ordinary water hydration. I also recommend making sure you have enough of your bees, and nutritional yeast is a really great way to get those nutrients. This has high B6 and B12 and several other things that are in here. There's one from Bragg's that's a traditional one, probably at your supermarket. This one is from Trader Joe's. I love this one, and I just refill this container because it makes it a little easier because it gets kind of messy. And an oil that is essential to issues with dry hair and lips, eyes, and also the nails, and the issue with hangnails especially is making sure that you have enough omega-3s. And here's a pill form. You can find these at your grocery store or at Whole Foods. This is Whole Foods specific, and also this Nordic one is from Whole Foods. This is a really good price, and I trust this brand a lot. If it's on sale, it's a really excellent source of making sure you're getting your omegas. But you know know I love my nuts and I prefer to get them from food, and I don't normally eat salmon that often, so walnuts are a major source of omega-3s, and you really just need about 1/4 of a cup a day. I get these giant bags of walnuts. I use them for cooking, and I also eat them raw and put them on salads. And also almonds, I get this bag from Trader Joe's. It's a really good price, and this is an awesome source of omega-3s. And also pumpkin seeds, which have a lot of zinc. They're just such a great source of nutrients, and it helps your nails, and which will in turn help your cuticle and really help with that issue with having the dry, cracked, peeling skin at the sides of your nails. Biotin is also one of the items on the list of nutrients that I really recommend. I have it in my multivitamin. I recommend if you take a high amount of biotin for your hair and your nails, make sure that it's not irritating your skin if you do have issues with breakouts and acne, because it can actually make it a little bit worse. So it's something you want to just take and check out for about a week or two if you notice more additional irritation with your skin. And biotin is so essential to having healthy nails. And I did mention that I have an issue with nail ridging, and this is something that I've had happening since about 3 years now. I have a video on the different things I'm doing to try and combat it and try and heal it. And if you want to check that out, that video is going to be linked next.